Bob, just like last week, start with Eric. What'd you think of his performance?
Well, obviously, he was really good. I think we finally have realized what we need to do to win in this league. Our practices were better. Guys were a lot more focused. I think they understand we got some work to do. And Eric was terrific, and I thought he did a great job of leading and helping our other guys.
He got off to a strong start. For him or any shooter, how important is it to get that start, get that confidence from the beginning?
It's everything. You go out and miss the first 3 or 4, because all of a sudden you're wondering.
You mentioned him helping his teammates. Did you have a specific example that really stood out to you from today's game?
What?
Eric helping his teammates today.
Example?
Yeah, just one.
He was great in the huddle. He was great in the huddle with them. Eric can be. Eric can get on him at times. He was great with them. Very encouraging with them. So.
Did you like the way they responded defensively, Bob, after what happened at TCU?
I mean, we had our moments, but we were way better. I mean, we could have went over and played 5 guys at the rec and been better than we were at TCU. I think we talked a great deal about what do you want to do. We're going to have to win games. We're going to have to win games to get a halfway decent seed in the conference tournament. We're going to have to win games to continue to advance in terms of where our placement's going to be in the Big 12 for postseason. And I think they're starting maybe to realize that, and particularly I think guys like Eric, the guys that this is it for him. This is it. This is it for Keedy. So I think they're starting to realize, hey man, I don't want to have to go through what we went through a year ago, in Keedy's situation, and I think Eric's heard enough about it that he doesn't want any part of that as well. So I think that's motivation.
What did you think of your young bigs, James and Mo, and the energy they brought off the bench tonight?
Well, they both just keep getting better and better. I think James has made tremendous strides. I think he's a guy who could end up being a force, I think, in college basketball if he continues to improve, if he continues to work at it, continues to grow and understand. You're talking about a guy who was a tennis player. He continues to get better and better, and I think our other guys have started to understand how talented he is, and so I think they're much more encouraged by where he could go. But I think more importantly, they're really encouraging him to continue to improve, continue to work at. I mean, there's no possible way he goes to the line and makes 2 free throws before, and he has pretty consistently went to the free throw line, made free throws. He consistently block shots. He can rebound. He can rebound the ball in a crowd, which a lot of guys can't do.
With James playing better in this recent stretch and getting more time, do you think that makes Mo better, or realize some things at all?
Get better because they play against each other every day in practice. It just, there's a lot of contact with bigs like that, but the guys that are really good don't have a lot of contact. And I think Mo is starting to learn that going in there and pushing on Jimmy ain't gonna help him much. But he can use his length, he can use his footwork to be able to make up for that.
Coach, the game at Oklahoma, it's a 1-point game, and that was at the end of the, what was a rough stretch there to begin with. 32-point game here, and it seems like it's a much different time now for you guys, even though the two games are probably only, 2.5 weeks apart from one another. I'm just kind of wondering, is that life in the Big 12 this year? Or?
Justin, we started out the conference year missing layup after layup, two-footer after two-footer.
Right.
We had opportunities to just go to the free throw line, just make 1 out of 3. We made none. We had a chance to win the game at Oklahoma. We barely hit the rim on 2 of them. But I think we have guys that haven't played a whole lot in this league and with this kind of setting. I don't think the majority of these guys. You think the majority of these guys have ever played in front of 14,000 people? And I think they're just, I think they're starting to understand. They're starting to feel better about themselves, more comfortable, and not worry so much about making mistakes as what we need to do. I mean, I personally have never gone through a year like that. I've never gone through a year like the beginning of this year where we just missed shot after shot after shot after shot and shots to win games. It's never happened before to me, and it drove me, probably drove me crazier than it drove them.
Do you think the two games, talk about the 2 Oklahoma games now, tell a story about?
That's your job. That's not mine. With all those tremendous writing skills that you have, I'm sure you'll come up with something good.
What does a win like this do for your team compared to those close ones? This is by far your all's biggest win in the Big 12.
This gives us some more confidence, I hope. I hope that's what it does. It gives us more confidence. It gives us, I think, a little more willpower to be able to. We got hard games coming up, but we're fortunate. We're going to be able to play some home games, and hopefully we keep putting 14,000 people in here, and but we had 14,000 people in here before, and we still didn't play very well. I think now our understanding of what it takes and the people behind them, I think they understand that much better.
2 minutes in the game, Tanner Groves picks up a pair of fouls and sits on the bench. Porter said he already was short in the front court. So how much did that tilt the game for you guys? Take advantage?
Isn't that what you do? You try to get their best players in foul trouble. I mean, we tried. I'd be lying if I said we didn't. We tried. We tried to put him in situations that were difficult.
Bob, some of the things you said at the very beginning about Eric in the huddle kind of overlaps with things you said to different people about him. I think becoming a better teammate, better player lately too.
Much better teammate.
Yeah. Where does that come from? Is it anything that he's been through this year, or is it just maybe he's more comfortable and it's not
My effervescent personality.
That's my third option.
Yeah. Certainly that was it.
I don't want to attach it to what he went through, but he does seem like he's, I don't know if more grounded is the right word, but in a better place at least.
I think he's more comfortable. I think he's more comfortable. I think he's more comfortable with his teammates. I think his teammates are more comfortable with him.
Is being a teammate limited to just practice and in the huddle? Because I'm thinking he took the charge that put Groves on the bench too. That's not a fun thing to do, stand in front of that guy, but selfless plays or team plays out there, as opposed to some of the me first stuff that may pop up at times with different people.
I think before he became a great teammate, he'd still take a charge. But I think, you know, our guys look to him more. I think before it was like, you know, he went through his gyrations and it got to the point where who wants to watch? Nobody wanted to pay attention. And I think probably the way he played the Auburn game, I mean, let's face it. I mean, he upset the apple cart a couple times as well. You know, so I think they become much more comfortable with him. I have. I think he's become much more comfortable with us.
Coach, do you have any concerns with Trey or Emmett?
Well, Emmett just hadn't shot the ball very well, Justin. You know, I mean, Emmett's never been. We've always needed him on the floor because he can defend multiple positions and because he gives us another rebounder on the floor. Because he's very unselfish and he passes the ball and his teammates love him. So he's always been valuable that way. He shot the ball so much better early than what he's shooting the ball now. He's just struggling to shoot it a little bit right now, which we need to get in the gym and try to get some things worked out. But he goes back to making shots the way he was making shots early in the year. He's invaluable with what everything he can do. He's so multi-talented.
I guess kind of the same question off of that, but with Jimmy, you know, good last weekend, and a couple of games where he's not as productive. I guess how do you try to get him, you know, a little bit more consistent, or I guess what do you see out of that?
Well, I think Jimmy's to the point where people are, I don't know, afraid of him is the right word, but they're certainly afraid that he dominates, particularly the offensive glass, and so he's getting a lot more attention than what he got before.
Anything else?